when my dad was unconscious, he like I said, he didn't let me stay with him, and they called the police. I got arrested, and then when I got arrested and I got released the next day, he like I said, he ordered for me to be in here. So he's actually he didn't want me to be with my dad, you know, when he was dying, and even over the funeral. He did this with my aunt and my stepdad. That's what I was trying to say yesterday. So again, this has nothing to do with you, and just the stories I tell you, and it has nothing to do with you. You can. I'm just saying with this doctor that if he you know, he wants to know, you know, my character, and also I don't know, like if he asks you about my brother, you know, you can just say I don't know my brother. I actually, you know, you can tell him that you were in the UFC, and Joseph was a fellow fighter. But in your experience with Robert as a friend, hello, I don't know. I don't think you trust him anyway. But you know, as a friend with me, I don't, you know. That's what I was saying yesterday. That from my experience and what Robert said, I don't think, you know, I question his sincereness or anything. That's what I was trying to say. You don't have to say anything about him. It's just like I said. If you want to represent me, you know, and you're not even going to get an opinion of my brother. But it's just that in stories I told you, that's the picture that you got. Yeah, so you can even tell him that, you know. I mean, you were, you know, I even tried to help you years ago when you lived in the first house, and he denied it. That was one incident, but again, I didn't want to go on with it because we were live yesterday. But that's the thing, is I'm trying to, if Joseph is going to do that to me, not let me see my father on purpose. He did this with my aunt too. Like, they go through the funeral, they make sure that I'm not there. I mean, what kind of sick fucking person would do that? Even if they say that I'm mentally ill, right, which is completely the opposite, they're the ones that are sick. Like, you at least, even if I was in a hospital, you would make sure that I spoke to him when he died, and then you would bring me back and go out to eat and make sure everything's safe. You don't fucking purposely. I mean, what about my grandkids? What the fuck am I, like, it is so selfish. It is, but that's in their own mind. It doesn't matter. I'm a piece of shit, you know, and you know, if the reason why they didn't want to help me in my car accident, because they didn't want to, it was, first of all, they didn't want to give me one penny. Like, you know, it disgusts them to even give me one penny, or, like, my brother didn't want to give me disability to have for a neurologist and get my stent and get my my neck fixed. He didn't want to do that. He said that's never going to happen. Even though I believe you, we're just going to tell them that you're crazy, and then you'll get your coverage that way. But there's no way I'm going to spend years trying to get you coverage. So it's you know, you can even say that. I don't think he was looking out for his best interest, and I question his sincerity or his actions, just something like that. If you feel that you want to do that, but I'm telling you what happened. Like, they did not. You know, I won't see my dad. I don't think so. You know, funeral will go on. You know, it makes them sick for me to be there. That's how much they hate me. So, I mean, that's a sick thing. And you know, I you know, I told him stuff, but he you know. You know, like, I tried to go into when I was in jail, and he took away my money, and he said, you're going to pay for this, you know, when I brought my dad to the hospital. So, but he's right here, but I just wanted to just call you anyway. Yeah, so I don't know, probably maybe I'll call you in 2 hours or something when he's finished. But that's it. I'll talk to you later. Yep, thank you.
Brady Act, Michelle speaking, and how may I help you?
Hey, I'm sorry, Michelle. I just got a phone call from this number. I don't know who it was. It was either my friend who's in the hospital or the lady that I just called to talk to her about him. but he wouldn't be able to tell me that. Is there like a community phone there that somebody's standing at that you can see, or maybe just transfer?
No.
All right. Can you transfer me to 0221 again?
0 what?
221.
Yes.
Thank you.
Case management, this is Ed.
Hey, Anna, did you just call me? This is Luke.
Hi, Luke. I didn't just call you, but I actually needed to talk to you, so it's good you called me back.
Okay. Yeah, maybe it was Robbie who called me. It was from the hospital, but okay. So
Probably.
yeah, I'd like to talk to you also.
Sure.
Yeah, because Robbie wanted me to talk to you. So, you have questions or?
Yeah, I was hoping I could just get a little insight into how he's like on a regular basis. Like, what's his behavior like? Is there anything odd or concerning? And if so, what's that?
No, nothing concerning to me. I've lived with him on 2 occasions. Once in the place where I am now, and once like 10 years ago. He mostly sticks to himself. I'm in and out of the house a lot myself because I'm a personal trainer. So I go to the gym, I come back, and so I see him a few times throughout the day. We also used to be in a band together and did a podcast. We get along pretty well. You know, his brother is a martial artist like me, and that's why I kind of like. I think maybe he understands me on another level, but also I understand what he's going through because from the story that I was told, you know, is that he's not treated fairly by his brother, and he thinks it's because of, or I think it's because of, like, in the martial arts training we're kind of taught, especially at the school that he comes out of, is kind of like almost like no mercy type of thing, where it's the end result justifies the means. Like, I personally don't, you know, I never had any problems with Robbie. He's not my family, so, you know, we interact on an acquaintance or a friendship type of level. And I know people in families, they get on each other's nerves. So I don't know the whole story, but from what Robbie tells me, and you know, the fact that he never really did anything wrong by me, you know, it just seems like he's not being treated fairly by his brother. And I think it may be because of, like, his brother has got this fighting mindset, or maybe even a little PTSD. He's not sympathizing with his brother or caring for him. I'm not sure.
Yeah. So describe to me from your perspective how Robert behaves on a regular basis so I can get an idea for what his baseline is.
His baseline, I would say, he wakes up in the mid-morning, because I leave early, and then I caught him, like, when I was coming back from my morning shift, so, like, maybe 9 or 10. And we didn't really spend all day together. He would be going about his daily routine, whatever, out of the house and stuff, and then we'd usually meet up, either catch each other later at night or hang out on the weekends. So baseline, I would say, you know, pretty normal, a little slow in the morning to get things moving, just like most people. Kind of comes alive at night. That's when we would jam and do the podcast. You know, he's kind of like Italian personality, where, like, you're not sure if they're yelling at each other or if that's just how they talk.
Okay.
Yeah, and I get that in my family too. Like, my dad has anxiety, so I'll think that something's wrong, but I didn't do anything wrong. It's just like he's anxious about things.
Yeah.
So it's not that he's, like, mad at me or something. It's just like, maybe it's an Italian thing. Maybe
I get that. Yeah, I get it. Okay.
So, you know, I don't ask too many questions as far as, like, I have a friend of mine. She just came in to stay with me while she moved from Georgia to New York. You know, and like certain things is house information. I have to know things when somebody comes in the house. I have to know, you know,
Door.
is it going to be safe for all of us? And then some things that I don't, you know, I don't ask about. Like if Robbie goes out during the day, he doesn't have a job. I don't ask where he goes as long as he comes back and things are cool in the house. You know, that's what my business is. But as far as
Yeah.
personality goes, you know, I see it as he's he probably from what he told me, he probably has issues with his family, and they yell and scream at each other. And his brother, because he's a fighter, he wants to metaphorically kill him, meaning kill the situation. He doesn't want to deal with the stress, and so he's not treated Robbie like with somebody like me. I would treat him more, with a little more care and understanding, and not just try to put him away somewhere, you know. But
Yeah.
I'm not his family, so I'm just a friend.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just taking notes. Is it maybe an option that, and you're welcome to say no, if when he's discharged from the hospital that he could come and stay with you?
Yeah, my dad owns the building. I have a basement apartment where he could crash, but it's all the way in New York, and
Oh, wow.
yeah, I'm on the.
So you're in New York right now?
Yeah, Robbie's from New York. That's what he went down there to
Got
take
it.
care of his dad because his dad is trying to drive around and he's kind of senile. Oh, his dad actually just passed. But when he went down to Florida, he told me because his dad was trying to drive around, and Robbie wanted to try to drive his dad and his dad's car back up to New York because he was getting near like the end of. He could see he was getting near like the end of his life. His dad actually ran somebody over with a car or something. So Robbie's like,
He talked about that.
I gotta go down there and stop him. First of all, from hurting somebody else or hurting himself, and he wanted to he knew his dad was getting near the end of his life. He wanted to be with him and bring him back up. So last time he was here last summer, I helped Robbie. I took him to the DMV. We got his license. So he went down. He said he wanted to try to get his dad back up to New York by driving his car.
So do you know if he has his dad's car now? From what I understand, he doesn't have a car.
I don't think he has much, Anna, to be honest. And I think his brother is he told me his brother took his disability money and he doesn't have anything, you know. I think he's rented a room or something, and now he's in the hospital, so the guy's he's taking his deposit for the room.
Well, from my understanding, when he moved into that place, and now I only know so much of the story, right? That he was verbal about how he wouldn't be able to afford it and only paid up until the 4th of March, which would have been yesterday. And because of that, the lease expired, and he, will have to take his things. So I was a big concern of mine is making sure people have a safe place to live. So that's the reason why I asked that. But since you're in New York, I don't think I can arrange getting him to New York, to be honest.
Okay.
I could arrange getting him to the airport, but he's got to buy his own ticket and stuff, right?
Okay, so worst case scenario, if you could put me down as an option if he wants to fly or take a bus, I don't want him to be stuck out there with no help, so you can put me down as an option.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that, and I'm sure he will too. That's a conversation I'm going to have with him, just because I'm not sure he knows that I know that he can't go back to where he was staying, and I don't feel comfortable just sitting him out on the streets, So I'm going to try and make those arrangements for him.
All right,
It's good to know that we've got some options, so.
Okay.
I'll keep you posted on how things go and what decision he makes, and I'm sure you guys will talk.
All right, I'll be here.
All right. We'll keep in touch. Thank you so much.
All right, you're welcome. Thank you. Call me back if you need anything.
Bye-bye.
I'm right here.
Will do. Okay.
Okay, thanks again.
Gotcha. Thanks. All right. Bye.